Hi, movie lovers, and welcome to the best damn movie-related show on the internet, coming at you on the planet from planet Earth. First off, I have on the agenda is this: Star Wars, The Force Awakens trailer. This is a really great trailer. I feel like I'm even more excited to see this movie after seeing everything that was dropped on Celebration Day with Star Wars. Uh, Another thing I want to add to this is the fact that you have Han Solo inside the trailer, as well as Chewbacca, and then you also have Luke Skywalker speaking in the trailer. And everybody is speculating that maybe he's talking to his kids. And me, I'm on the other side. Yeah, he could be talking to his kids and everything, but I'm leaning more towards the grandkids. Because to me, why would you talk to someone that's wouldn't carry a franchise that's younger? That's not younger at all. So my guess would be that they're talking to their grandkids, who's a lot younger, and then they're going to carry this franchise even further. Um, and then they go on ahead and go on their own adventures. The other cast members, they stay behind, and pretty much they're just retired, and they're just and the kids just go on ahead and go on their own adventure. The grandkids do. Another thing I want to add is the Batman versus Superman trailer. I thought it was mind blowing. I'm serious. I thought it was really great and well put together. I'm glad that it leaked on the internet when it did, because now we get an extended cut tomorrow, which I'm going to do another trailer review on that as well. That will be uploaded sometime tomorrow whenever I have time. Another thing that I really enjoyed about the trailer is the fact that you got to see the Harley Quinn and Joker signatures, as well as the Wonder Woman signature, and you also got to see um, a couple of the other characters that you've got, the Riddler's signature as well at one part of the trailer. And then my excitement got even more excited whenever I saw "Do You Bleed?" Well, you're gonna bleed. These two are gonna clash together, and when they do, you better hope that one of them survives or not, because these two are gonna end up um, going against each other for the first hour and a half of the movie, and the rest of it, I feel like they're going to go after Lex. Because Lex, I think, is going to manipulate Bruce into fighting Superman, because he's going to say, look, he's going to sit him down over breakfast or something. He's going to say, look, Superman has become a threat. He destroyed half of Metropolis. He also, there was also innocent people that were killed in the buildings, and I feel like he's a threat to us. But really, Lex is the threat. But Bruce is not going to see it that way right then and there. Then what I'm thinking about is this. I'm thinking that Lex winds up bringing Doomsday into the picture, and then Superman has to fight Doomsday. Meanwhile, Batman designs his own suit from Zod's suit, gets an idea of what Zod's suit is like. He copies those, he goes after Lex. Lex is inside Zod's official suit, and then they go against each other. And I think that's the way it's going to be. I like the fact that they're putting in Wonder Woman in there and a bunch of other cameos. To me, I don't think this movie's going to fill up a lot. You know, everybody's talking about, oh, this is going to end up sucking because of the fact that there's not going to be much screen time. I'm telling you, there's going to be plenty of screen time, and there's only going to be short cameos here and there, and then after that, that's it. There's not going to be any continuations of each character. Each character, it's all about Batman versus Superman. They're going to have their screen time all the way through the whole entire movies, because those are the stars of the movie. Another thing I want to add too is the Independence Day 2 movie. I feel like this is what's going on with it. Okay? First off, we have Will Smith's son's character in the movie. Then we also have Will Smith's wife that played his wife in the movie. She's back in it. Then you also have Bill Pullman, who's back in it again, who played the president in the first movie. And then you also have Jeff Goldblum in it. And then you also have the scientist in there. Don't ask me how the scientist got in there. I thought he died during the thing, not unless they're going to have a bunch of flashbacks and everything, which would make more sense to have him in there like that. But I don't know why they would actually put him in there. I feel like there's no need to have him in there. And another thing that's going on is, too, I don't know if anybody's aware of the fact that they were going to cast Will Smith into the movie, but they made up two scripts. One was for Will Smith, and then the other one was without Will Smith. And as soon as they winded up telling Will Smith wanted to put his son into the movie, they gave him the boot, and that was the end of it. And that's all she wrote. Now they're doing it without him, and I don't know too much of the plot line, but all I know is they better do something different besides bringing a floppy disk that's outdated technology today. Another thing I want to add is the $1 billion for Fast 7. That's fantastic. I thought it was really good. Everybody's saying, oh, maybe that's the because of the Paul Walker, death of Paul Walker. That has a little bit to do with it, but not much. Everybody was looking forward to this movie ever since Fast and Furious 6 came out, and because of Jason Statham, and everybody was wondering how this was going to go down. You have two fighters. You have Vin Diesel, and then you have The Rock. Two power hitters. No mixed martial arts at all. You have Jason Statham, who's all over the place with martial arts. He's doing flips. He's doing everything else. It would be interesting to see how these two power hitters are going to end up going against him. He's a force to be reckoned with in the movie. If you're not a fan of this movie, this franchise, you're gonna love this movie in particular because of the fact that Jason Statham just brings that action and everything to it, and it's just good popcorn fun just to enjoy with other people, not to be taken seriously. Another thing I wanted to add is the fact that they do want to make another one. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think it would be interesting, and I'm all for it, because that's when Paul Walker wanted whenever he was living, and I think it would be good to continue on that road. Let's see, the next thing I have on the list is the Dark Tower series. The Dark Tower series is by Stephen King, about Roland, who's this gunslinger who pretty much is looking for this man in black. So the whole story is about him looking for the man in black and also looking for the Dark Tower. To me, Sony is doing this story, and to me, I think this is a great place for Sony in a way because they need a franchise to carry them, and I think that this is going to be a juggernaut of a film where they can do that. They have Stephen King wrote 7 books, if not 8. And I feel like that this is a good place for them because let's not even talk about the Sony hack that happened last year, with exposing all their employees as well as exposing movies that were in development and other stuff. And don't even get me started on the Amazing Spider-Man, because that movie just, it just wasn't that good. It wasn't good. That's the polite way to put it. Another thing I want to say is this about the movie: you have sci-fi and fantasy mixed together, which is actually different, and you can even add in the fact that it's even a country western movie mixed in with fantasy and sci-fi as well, which is something that we haven't seen before. And it's going to be interesting to see on the big screen and see what Sony has to do with it. I wouldn't complain about, oh, Sony's going to end up ruining this. You don't know that yet. It's still under development. There's no director yet. There's no casting choice for it yet. I would just be patient and see what Sony has to do with it first before judging it. And if I were you, I would also go on ahead and wait until the trailer drops. That way you can judge it for your own self, instead of just saying, "Oh, Sony's gonna ruin it." Just give it a chance. That's all. You don't have to bash the movie before it even comes out. Give it a shot. If it winds up failing, it winds up failing. But at least you can go on ahead and say, hey, you gave it a chance. It wasn't your cup of tea. You can move on from it. Another thing I want to add in too is the Fantastic Four trailer. I'm still not excited for this movie. My expectations are low, which might be a good thing considering the fact that my expectations was low before with Edge of Tomorrow. And look how well that turned out because of the fact that I was just blown away with Tom Cruise and what they did with it. And I feel like maybe having low expectations on Fantastic Four might actually be a good thing. Speaking of the thing for the Fantastic Four, I feel like they did a really good job with that. But if that's all you're advertising, if that's all you're looking at, then the movie is gonna tank. I'm sorry, but they changed out the origin story of Johnny and Sue Storm to benefit an actor of another race. I'm okay with them choosing a black actor or whatever, but you don't have to change actors just to benefit the other. You don't have to you don't have to give a different origin story just because you have a black actor. give that same actor the same origin story and have a black sister, and that will be it. You know, you don't have to have an origin story just to benefit that one actor. I'm okay with having different races playing different characters. As for this rumor going out about Jon Stewart being in the Green Lantern movie, I'm about the reboot of the Green Lantern movie. I'm pretty much against that, because you don't want to start a franchise with a property that no one knows really that much about. I would go with Hal Jordan, and then later on I would go on ahead and go with Jon Stewart, because no one knows the origin story of Jon Stewart unless you read the comics, and very few people read comics nowadays. I'm a big huge comic book reader, but that doesn't mean that I have to be the one who that doesn't mean that I have to, just because I read comics means that I have to go on ahead and make everything about the comics and everything. So the way I see it is, go on ahead, do a reboot with Hal Jordan, because then you won't bomb at the box office. Everybody knows his origin story. They know how he became Green Lantern, opposed to Jon Stewart. And anyways, that's all I have to say for right now, and thank you for everything for all the support on the page. And another thing I want to say is, I'm going to be doing another show, but it's going to be with FTO News. It's a little comic book page that my friend D has, and we're going to end up doing a little live show like I did last night, but it's going to be a little bit different. And I think it's going to bring in a lot more energy into the show as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that's going to play out with us. Anyways, thank you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like us. Thank you. Bye.